conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. And I'll be talking to you about 6 ways to manage conflict. Now, why do we need to learn about conflict resolution? Now, when you are married, you guys, we are coming from different backgrounds, okay? Pastor D comes from a background where mom was very spiritual, AFM, taking them to church, forcing everybody to pray. I'm coming from where my dad was a traditionalist. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and you get what I'm saying? So we are coming and we have like 4 boys. There's an extended family, so we are like 9 of us. There's problems in all that unit. You understand what I'm saying? We started our lives in Highfield, moved to Braeside, tried Makaradi and Exe, and you know what I'm saying? So we are 2 different people, and we are coming together to build one thing, and problems, different of opinions will always be there. Okay? And I'm sure you have already experienced it. If you haven't, you will. You will differ on certain things. You will differ on time to wake up. You will differ on which service to come. You will differ on whose wedding to go to. You will differ on sometimes we even different things I need to wear. I want to wear a certain suit. She says, no, you can't go like that. Change. And she says, if you don't change, I will not go. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, and so the natural response to difference of opinions is becoming defensive. So some people can become extremely defensive and defend their own views. And sometimes you can actually do it unknowingly and you actually hurt your spouse. But what we want to do is, what we have noticed that during those times where you are disagreeing, emotions run dry. Emotions run high. And whenever there are emotions, you can't think. In the world of psychology, the moment your emotions are high, you go to what we call your reptilian mind, which is your automatic, your fight, and flight mode. You're no longer thinking. And usually when your heart rate goes above 100, you stop thinking. You stop using your cognitive. Your mind is in different minds. There's a mind to think. There's a mind for memory. There's a mind for what are called reflexes. You get what I'm saying? The way you responded, you didn't think about it. You responded by a reflex, and that is called the reptilian mind, or the reflex mind. And that reflex on its own is usually, it's there for survival, but sometimes does not meet what is expected on the situations. Are we together there? And there's a lot of finger pointing, blame, gaming, you know, and sometimes men usually use this. They use what is called reverse psychology. You get what I'm saying? We want to be talking about that as well. But the most important thing is that if conflicts are not handled well, it will result in resentment. Resentment kungo shotwa nemun. And and those kind of feelings. I'm sure you guys have, every one of us have had those kinds, where you just don't want or in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And it can lead to anger. And if these things are not sorted out, it will lead to divorce. So that's why we have to discuss on how. So what we're trying to do is to give you a guideline so that when you fight, you don't fight dirty. You fight well so as to bring a solution. But the purpose of every fight is to bring 2 minds together so that you start to understand one another. Am I talking to somebody? So what are the common causes of conflicts? Number 1 common cause is unmet expectations. A lot of people, a lot of marriages, they are together, but they have never sat down and discussed what they expect from the other. This can be sexual expectations, financial expectations, relationship expectations. What do you expect your husband to do to your mother, about your mother, about your brothers, about your sisters? And same way, you have never really sat down. But you're just expecting to your brother can go to end with Omanya or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? And if he doesn't do it, or to the Chagudi, and there might be problems. So I've got one of the guys that I'm currently working with, and he said, you know what, I'm resenting my wife because of the way she treated my sister. She chased my sister from our home in the middle of the night. And because of that, I'm so bitter. So when I look at her, I said, this person doesn't love me. Because in the way that you get what I'm saying? But she's not, they're not talking that these people had fought. Literally fought, you understand what I'm saying? But because of what happened, what are your expectations? So we need to have clear expectations, and there are so many unmet expectations, kids' expectations, in-laws expectations, ex-husband expectations, ex-wife expectations, half kids. Any situation, have you sat down and discussed your expectations? Number two, unreasonable expectations. Sometimes people are expecting their wife to be to do things that are unreasonable, or the husband to do things that are unreasonable. Unreasonable, it means it is not in their capacity to do. It can be a financial capacity, it can be physical capacity, it can even be mental capacity. You understand what I'm saying? Unreasonable expectations. It can be different opinions, very common. A way to go on holiday, where this kid should go, and all those kind of things. What car to drive. I know of a marriage that went sour because the wife didn't want the car that was bought. You know what I'm saying? Financial mismanagement is very common cause of conflict, either by the male or the female. It's all part of financial management, and Pastor D is going to talk a bit about that. Busy schedules, just getting busy. There's one thing about being busy and producing results, and being busy, just being busy. Busy bodies, producing nothing, always busy. And nothing is coming out. You get what I'm saying? So just busy schedules, busy to see your kids, busy to see your wife, and all those kind of things. Intimacy, dissatisfaction. A lot of people are dissatisfied sexually. They are not enjoying. The last time when we were at the winter school, we talked that a lot of women who are married actually don't get to orgasm. They know some of them don't even know what an orgasm is all about and what it is. They just hear it. Some fake it so that it can go to and things like that. And we went into details. You need to come to those. So we will go deeper in the next Kariba one. And those, you guys, are you going to advertise it? Is somebody going to talk about the Kariba one? So we're going to have a Kariba marriage retreat for 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, coming on Saturday afternoon, and we want to be there. And I usually teach these things there because they are really deep. I will not teach them in this setting, but sexual dissatisfaction, either of the man and the woman and the what. And we talked of all different things. Does size matter? Does what? And all those kind of things. And those who were there who understand that those things we were explained in a very scientific way and to help you. Lack of communication, in-law involvement, where in-laws actually make decisions in your house. And these can be in-laws. They can be your sisters, they can be your brothers, they can be your mother, they can be your father. But somebody who is not supposed to make decisions, start making decisions. That in this curtain you need yellow curtains, and you change all the curtains. And you have not agreed. Common causes. So what is the best approach? The best approach is, number one, when you are in marriage, you must be ready to listen. You must be ready to listen. Most of us, we are ready to fight. Say to your spouse, I think the pastor is talking to you now. You are ready to fight. You are already fighting, You come with a fighting spirit. And so, number one, the best approach is come ready to listen. Pray for wisdom. This is what I always say. If you are married, you need to pray for wisdom. And I pray a specific, say, Father, give me wisdom to be the best husband to my wife. I'm telling you, if I did not have wisdom to be the best husband, my wife will be divorced. You get what I'm saying? Yes. So you actually need God's help and the wisdom there. And you also need to approach conflict resolution and dealing. You have to deal with your own ego and pride. Everybody has got pride. Everybody is selfish. You want things your way. It's either my way or hit the highway. You know what I'm saying? So when you are approaching differences, get rid of your ego. Get rid of your title. You are not a CEO at home. And that works either way. You understand what I'm saying? You are husband and wife. And so you have to get rid of your pride so that you can solve these things. You have to get rid of selfishness. Be ready to compromise. Compromising is not bad in a marriage. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes. Compromising is actually very important. Sometimes just go in the middle of the pack. Sometimes you can say, okay, fine, today we'll do this, but if we do this today, then you negotiate, can we do this tomorrow? You understand what I'm saying? If we go to your parents' house, then tomorrow you also go to this. And you negotiate so that you are not one person is getting there. When you see that you are only the one winning, then there is a problem. It's either you are married to Kunechi Tuta or you are abusing the other spouse. Am I talking? Yes. So there must be give and take. So today, Pastor D must win. Tomorrow I must also win. But if she's always winning, then she's dominating that marriage. If I'm always winning, I'm dominating. And dominating will bring, people will act as if they are with you, but they are not with you. They will say yes with their mouth, but their hearts are far away from you. So you have to agree. And so I think that decisions and even things that we like to do, there must be a fair balance of nothing. Not good in, out, good nothing. You get what I'm saying? But there must be there are principles. And one of the principles that we teach is called submit to one another. And we have said, and to those who have been with us for a long time, we say when the Bible says submit to one another, it's meaning that when the other spouse is the one who is strong in that area, their opinion is more highly favored or more highly to be considered than the one who is not. So when it comes, for example, cooking in the kitchen and buying or house decoration, are you get what I'm saying? I don't have that mind. You could see in the chip chakanaka, color blue, ne green, say. I don't have that mind. We are wired differently, okay? So when it comes to those things, Pastor D makes the decision. So I submit myself. Not because I'm not the man, but I don't know. So the one that knows is the one that takes precedence. You understand? So when it comes, let's say, to areas of investment and what, because it's something that I have studied. Now, it doesn't mean that she cannot come with a brilliant idea. There are certain ideas that I have presented that have caused me to get bent, and yet she had told me that don't go. But on a general tip, I tend to know more about that area than her. So in most cases, she submits, but she is allowed to bring her opinions. Are we clear? Okay. So don't say, Ashamari, didn't need degree. No. Degree are not bas. Sometimes life experiences and all those kind of things are key. Am I talking to somebody? And be ready to give it time when you resolve. So let's look at the best approach. Number one, when you want to solve conflicts, let's investigate the facts. Some of the fights that you actually have are based on hearsay, based on little information, based on wrong information. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Before you bring out an issue, investigate. Ask her, just tell your wife, gather information. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Sometimes you just hear one thing and immediately, what do you charge? Huh? So let's investigate the facts. Let's investigate. So number one, find out all the facts. Be clear about what the conflict is all about. Don't just start blaming, pinning, pointing, calling out names, and all those kind of things. You know, and when we are fighting, one of the things that I always say, and we will say it again, let's not start calling each other's names. And especially names of parents and things like that. So I've got one person who is actually admitted with us. He's so bitter with his wife. Because the last time when they had a fight, the wife said, "Your parents are witches." Mwana umuroyi, mwana akashatirwa. Uyu ndikumuti wakazitaurira chi yada kumbowa. But manje auna kumbowa wakamusota zvokuti up to now muda kutoya kuwirirana. That thing is ringing. Kuti saka, how can she say that about my parents? And she and it's so this guy is resenting his own wife. And the reason why they are staying, I'm just staying because these kids are small. But andandauudza mai vangu izvozvo, but amai vangu ndakavaudza kuti mainzi muroyi munofunga kuti vachamusapotera. So don't say stupid things in the heat of the moment. When you are fighting, leave your parents out, leave your sister out, leave kumuri kwenyu, hey, one pride, leave, stop generalizing. Am I talking to somebody? I'm talking and when you feel heat, that's the purpose. Yes. That's the purpose, because you need to change. We are here to learn to change so that we can have better marriages. Am I talking to somebody? All right. So let's investigate. And especially with women, sometimes they rush into conclusion. Get the facts. Investigator. I like Pastor D, because Pastor D is an investigator. She investigates. Mutikitive. I don't know where she got the skills, but she's good at it. Before you know it, you get what I'm saying? But you've got no facts and you are angry and you are destroying your own marriage based on no facts. All right, number 2. Now, when you are arguing and you are in a conflict, a lot of things then happen. You're arguing about money. $100 to $500. Then kwapinda mwe subject. $100, but nezuro. What is the issue? So you now have got so many issues. And especially if wakapopota, you start to bring, hey, last year wakazonti die, it's another issue. Hey, it's another issue. Hey, what issue are we dealing with? What is the issue? What is the pain point causing the problem here? So you must select, but sometimes you want to solve all issues. They cannot be solved. We usually say, select one issue, solve it, rather than to try to amass 5 issues and you want to run them. You are not a highway in a 5 lanes. So you can't handle it. Fair? So ask your wife or your spouse, what is the issue? Just ask them right now, what's the issue? Yes. That one main issue. Let's deal with the issue. Okay, so choose the main issue, even if there are many issues arise. Pick the most pressing and the most important issue. So normally when I'm doing a marriage, I just say, look, tell me right things, right? 10 or 20 things that you hate about your husband or your spouse. And people, and don't that. They have to choose the 3. The most important. So these are the 3 things that I want my husband to change. And I feel good. These 3 are I can tolerate the rest. That seems like to be difficult, but it helps. Because sometimes we measure on the minor instead of measuring on the major things. And when we then sort of like bring down, sometimes just coming up with that 3, it will take somebody a week. Change into number 1, into number 5. Then we have no 7, so that's 7 to that 3. How many? 3. Okay? Because we want to focus on the major things that we know if these things are solved, this marriage can have something to hold on to and for this marriage to move forward. Am I talking to somebody? And because we are in what is called the Kaizen method, where next year we'll then do the same, next year we'll do the same. After, we cannot solve your mess in one day. You are too messed up. You have been digging a hole for 10 years. And you want me and Pastor D to solve it in 1 hour, one night. Huh? It can't. So we're going to choose the main topic, the main 3 topics, deal with those, then the other ones, Twasira next year. Am I talking to somebody? Is this helping somebody? All right. So, number 3. When you choose the main topic, then brainstorm. Brainstorm. What is the problem here? How can we solve this? Tell me what are your solutions? Solution, list them. List the solution. List the solution. Let's list them. You also list the solution. Let's come up with possible solutions. Discuss those. What I'm also telling you, this is how you actually solve even conflict in a business. With your business partner, with anyone, you can literally solve any problem in the scheme that I'm giving you. Am I talking to somebody? All right. Let's give us solutions. What shall we do? This, we do this, we do that, we cut this, we stop this, we do that. Discuss as many solutions as possible. Give the other side, give your spouse time to think and to express their solution. Don't say, no, the best one is this. How do you know what's the best one? Tell your spouse, allow me to express myself. Yes, everybody must be allowed to express themselves. If you stifle that expression, that marriage is not going anywhere. But expression is important. Let them express themselves. All right. Agree on a solution and say, look, which is the most viable solution? What shall we do? And the most viable solution, sometimes, if it's financially, it's cutting down. If it's financially, it's sometimes selling a car and paying chikweret. It's some downgrading where you are staying and moving and living and closing a business and starting another one, going back to school. Those are all solutions. Moving to a new church, those are all new solutions. You get what I'm saying? Hello? There's some people who moved here because they had problems, and it was a solution. And some people will move from this one to another one. We have to come up with a what? A solution. Am I talking to somebody? So let's execute the plan. Who's going to execute the plan? And the last thing that we do is we evaluate the plan. Is this plan working? Discuss and say, when we're executing it, how long is it going to take? After what time do we sit down and say, is this thing working? Are the solutions that we want coming out? If we are not achieving what we want, then we restart again. Brainstorming. So it's the 6 steps, and if it's not bringing the solution, repeat. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I urge couples to try to solve problems on their own, but if they are not able to solve on their own, then get a trusted confidant. You understand what I'm saying? Get a trusted confidant. And if you are a member of this church, are you hearing what I'm saying? We are here to help you in that. I think what we're also going to do is we're going to train some of our deacons for counseling. In marital counseling, there's a course that they need to do as the church gets larger. We cannot be counseling everybody. As the church gets larger, we then have to have others being able to do that. It's a short course done on weekends. It helps you and gives you the principles so that you know what to do and how to do. Or I can even teach it myself. I've been teaching other people how to counsel. We can do, look, we're going to teach you how to be a counselor, to listen, what to do so that you don't become and broadcast people's issues. You must be a safe space where people can come with their, and they know that they are safe. Am I talking to somebody? All right. So you evaluate, is it working? Review the selected solutions, make adjustments. If it's not working, then you do. So in conclusion, when conflicts seem too much to handle, this is our focus. Focus on the positive attributes of your spouse. Sometimes you focus on the negative. Everybody has got negative things. For your own information, I've got negative things. Those who were there yesterday, you had the zip issue. You know, it's not the first time. It's not the first time. But in the to try and then go to so now in my zip in and the zip solution and then go to auntie where was Dilanaji zip because I don't want any more false accusations. But the good thing is she focuses on my positive attributes. You must also focus. Don't destroy your marriage for the negative things about your spouse, yet there are more positive things about her or about him. Remind yourself why you fell in love initially. Build your relationship to a point that you are able to affirm one another, especially on the good things, and to focus on that. Leave room for reconciliation. I always say sometimes when you are fighting, don't say, this will never happen. Never use nevers. Never go to extremes. You get what I'm saying? Okay? I always say, don't fight in the extreme ends. And always leave room for reconciliation. Always leave room for reconciliation and for compromise. The last one is when really things are very tough and you are not able to resolve your things by the scheme that we have given you now, then seek counsel. Book with our secretary if you are a member of this church. If you are a member of this church, we will counsel you for free. If you are not a member of this church, we will counsel you for a fee. Yeah. We'll cancel you for a fee. Some we cancel them at our house. Some of them we cancel them at our clinic. We have moved to number 32, Josiah Tongogara. That's our rooms there. We do all sorts of counseling. But one session is $100. $100 a session. So you guys from Wisdom City, every time you see us, it's $100 per hour. Some of you, we spend 4 hours with you, it's $400. That you are just getting for free. And we are just letting you know, because you must know that this is paid. And the reason we do that, because we are your pastors. And it's part of taking care of the flock. We should help you to succeed. That's our job. Yes. We used to counsel everybody from all churches and all that. And Pastor Jimmy and we would not sleep. People would come from all the churches and would counsel them. Then they go to their churches, pay their tithes there. So we'll say those who pay tithes to this house, because you are partnering with the vision, you will give you special treatment to ensure that your things move without you paying, because you are already partners in what we are doing. But if you are not, then pay, because we don't know whether you are a hit and run. You understand what I'm saying? But get help. The whole thing is get help. If you see you are not able to solve your problems and there's a thing which is recurrent, get help. Am I talking? And sometimes don't live to get the help when it is too late. Quickly get the what? The help. Okay. There's nothing. Apparently, nobody want to help. But I had one guy, when we were trying to help, he went to the wife. I got, foolishness reigns in this guy. You get what I'm saying? You want to destroy yourself. Urikutongwa futhi anyway. Urikutongwa kubasa. Urikutongwa munyika. Urikutongwa kuna meya. Kune chi. Iwe munhu wese arikutongwa mane hapana siri kutongwa. Even varikutongwa muno marikutongwa neAmerica. Iwe kuAmerica vachitongwa munhu wese. Pane kakutonga nakari kuti ase kari kuitika. But the most important thing is, are you happy? Is the marriage what? Moving. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Me and Pastor D, there are issues that we went to our pastors and we taught, and right now we are still using things that we agreed 18 years ago. How many years ago? 18. We are still applying them now, and they are keeping peace and stability to this ship. So I like it when I go to Bishop today. He'll say, how is the church? He said, the church is growing. Oh, that's good. How is D? And he doesn't want to hear, she's blessed and highly favored. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Tell me how it is. I'm like, D, how is this guy? You get what I'm saying? And I can tell you, so, you know, we were a psychologist. Yes. Of Buddha. And the reason why an accountability partner is key, it just keeps you in check. I worry for any couple is in an accountability system. If you are a law unto yourself, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. And it's a matter of time, you will get into trouble. And you will cry. If you are a wise woman, a wise guy, simply say, my friend, let's choose our mentor. Let's choose who is going to be our law. You get what I'm saying? Who is going? So Pastor Diva, I did. And I will report on a bishop. All right. So, it's needed. Because, look, I'm 46. I cannot go on a bishop to report to a. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though I'm a man, I'm a father, but you need somewhere. You need to move. If kana usingaji kuja andichike munhu hapana you are about to get destroyed. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You don't fear like that unrighteous judge. I don't fear God. I don't fear anyone. I'll do what I want. You will be destroyed. You are a recipe or you are a disaster about to go somewhere. If you are a wise couple, you must have a mentor. You must have somebody that you can talk your issues. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And you real talk issues good. This is good. Ask on the batter. How about on the batter of Dara? I am going to hallelujah. But when I don't in the bat when I or ask on Mario Gatsu, I'm sorry. But Arkupamu and my sisters like, oh, this guy is generous. This guy is generous to other people, but stingy to me. And it makes me bitter. All right.